Today in the Daily Dose, the Memphis Sanitation Strike. Working long hours in every kind of weather, all for a lowly 65 cents an hour, or $5.62 in today's currency, when two Memphis sanitation workers were crushed to death by a faulty garbage truck compactor. 1,300 Memphis sanitation workers walked off their jobs when city officials refused to provide compensation to the deceased workers' families. On February 23, 1968, after Memphis Mayor Henry Loeb refused all concessions to the striking workers, police assaulted peaceful protesters with tear gas, prompting Nashville professor and civil rights activist Reverend James Lawson to call on his friend Martin Luther King Jr. with the hope of drawing attention to the strikers' plight. Building on MLK's Poor People's Campaign, which advocated for underprivileged Americans, on March 18th of that same year, King addressed a crowd of some 25,000 people about the dignity of labor by saying, "Whenever you are engaged in work that serves humanity, and it is for the building of humanity, it has dignity and it has worth." 10 days later, King returned to Memphis for another I Am a Man protest, which led to the death of an African-American teenager when an outside group infiltrated the Sanitation Workers March. King would return to Memphis on April 3rd, delivering his "I've been to the mountaintop" speech, which proved to be a tragic foreshadowing of his assassination the following day.
I have some very sad news for all of you, and I think sad news for all of our fellow citizens and people who love peace all over the world. And that is that Martin Luther King was shot and was killed tonight in Memphis, Tennessee.
While MLK's assassination sunk a nation into deep mourning and widespread civil unrest in major American cities, it also overshadowed the Memphis Sanitation Workers Strike, prompting King's still grieving widow, Coretta Scott King, to return to Memphis to spotlight the cause of underpaid sanitation workers. Following Coretta's act of courageous solidarity, President Lyndon Baines Johnson sent his Undersecretary of Labor to Memphis to help mediate an equitable agreement. 2 weeks later, Memphis leaders officially recognized the workers' union while granting generous pay raises for its members, making the Memphis Sanitation Strike a bittersweet milestone during the heated years of the civil rights movement. And there you have it, the Memphis Sanitation Strike, today in the Daily Dose. If you enjoyed this short educational video, consider giving the filmmakers a YouTube super thanks from as little as $1, so that you too can feed the filmmakers who feed your brain.